Hey everyone, Kevin here with Divinely Design, and we're going to do a card today. Over at Stamp Nation, they have a challenge for using negative space, and I have this die that cuts out the word fabulous, and as part of the die, it also does a die cut for an area around the word. So this is the card I'm going to do. You can see I have the die cut word here, and then behind it I've actually used the die cut as a mask to actually have the sort of negative space highlight the words themselves. And I'm trying to embrace a more messy kind of look. I tend to craft sort of very controlled and neat, and I like bold graphic lines and things like that. So I'm trying to be a little bit more free-flowing and kind of messy with this look. So there's some stamping, there's some splattering, there's some spraying, there's some embossing, there's die cutting, there's masking. Okay, so that's the card we're going to do today. For this card, I'm going to be using some Versamark ink to do my embossing. I have some Zing powders. I'm going to do this color in kind of a neon green and hot pink. So I have neon green and grapefruit Zing embossing powders. I have, these are called Silks Shimmer Semi-Gloss Acrylic Glaze. And I was just at a craft store and I saw them and I liked the colors that they came in. Pink and green is one of my sort of favorite color combinations. So I picked them up, and today's actually the first time I've ever used them. And then I have some Heidi Swapp sprays. This one is in blush, and this one's in Citron. I have some Stamping Up Stamp Colors, Blushing Bride, and Pistachio Pudding. And then the die cut I'm using is from Technique Tuesday, and it's called Fabulous. And you can see it's a word die, and again this background die that cuts this piece out here, that you could actually take the word. I've already pre-cut my dies, right? And you could use that to sort of mount this on and highlight it, but I'm going to use this as a mask today. So that's the die cut, and then I have a stamp I'm using from Lawn Fawn, the Argyle backdrop. Okay? Alright. So first thing is I'm going to emboss these fabulous die cuts, and I have a bunch of them here. So I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to speed it up. So I have some Versamark ink, and this is actually a clay tool, this little wood piece here. But I'm going to take it and press it into the Versamark and make sure I get it sort of nice and covered with that Versamark sticky ink. And once I have it covered, I can sort of pick it up here and put it down. And I think on my other card I did 3 green and 2 pink, and I think this time I'm going to do 3 pink. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to emboss this. Alright, now you see I kind of missed this one little spot down here. Just didn't get covered quite as well. I'm gonna just do that one little spot again here. Okay, so we took the words, I took them and embossed them with the powder so they're all covered and nice and shiny. And so I'm going to move those off to the side. Now I have, this is just an A2 card, and I have a little splotch on here, but that won't really matter. And so what I want to do first, I want to put some painter's tape around it to hold it down, but I want to put the masks in place. So what I've done is I've taken those other die cuts, and on the back of them I've just put a little bit of painter's tape. I think for this one I might go at sort of a jaunty angle if I can. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it has a nice sort of arrangement to it. I'm going to take some painter's tape, and I want to put this down to hold it when I do this next piece, but I also want to use this to create a tiny little border. So I'm going to kind of look through the tape and try to make this nice and even. Okay, so I have it down nice and firm, and I have a nice kind of even border all around here created by the tape, and then my die cuts are going to work as my mask. Alright, so first I'm going to take some of the sprays. So this is the Citron and then the blush. Give them a good shake, and then just and these are nice sprays. They have a nice shimmer quality to them, and I'm trying to be a little bit more bold on this one than the last one I did. And then I have little plastic cups here for these glazes. Now the glazes themselves are pretty bright, so I'm just taking a little water to loosen it up a little bit. These also have kind of a nice shimmer to them. The glaze straight out of the bottle is really thick, so I want it watered down enough so that I can sort of splatter it. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same with the green. I don't know if these actual have names on them. This one's called Jasmine, and this one's called Pretty Peridot. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to take my heat gun out and dry this a little bit because I want to do some stamping. Now I'm going to take the Fawn Argyle backdrop, and I'm going to take the solid diamond one first. And ink that up with the Blushing Bride. Now again, this doesn't have to be perfect, so let's see, do I want it to go this way? Again, I'm trying to embrace a little bit of imperfection here, although I struggle with that a lot. I'm pressing really firmly because of those masks. I want to make sure I'm getting sort of past them. I really like this stamp. You just sort of line it up with, now this is hard because I kind of have only bits and pieces of the stamp. But you just sort of line the diamonds up. Okay, so the last thing to do really is to put on the die cuts we have, and so then we can take off the mask. Well, that ripped the card a little bit. I'm going to have to work on fixing that now. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up, but what I'm going to do is take the words that I have and I'll put a little bit of glue on, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to chop them off right along the line with the mask, right? So the edge, so the words will stop, and I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of line it up and do that, but I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to sort of. Okay, so there we have it. You noticed probably that I took a white Jelly Roll pen, and I cleaned up. There were just a few little splotches on the end. See, like this little line right here, it carried over past the mask on the edge. So I'm just taking a little Jelly Roll pen in white to cover that up, just like white out almost. And And there's a little spot up here. Okay. So I just used that to cover up a few little blemishes. So they're really hard. I mean, you have to look really close to see anything that's wrong. So that's it. So we have kind of one on a jaunty angle and one written sort of horizontally. So lots of, I don't know if you can see the shimmer either. I'll pick this up and see if I can tilt it. But those, those sprays have a lot of shimmer in them. So hopefully you could see some of that. So I actually like this one, I think, a little bit more. Being a little bit more heavy-handed and bold with the sprays and the splatters, I think made it look kind of cool. And I really like how the white, the negative space, really makes the words kind of pop. There's a few little splatters that got past the mask, and I might try to clean those up just a tiny little bit, but it's not bad at all. I think it came out really good. So that's it. Okay. Comments, questions, leave them below. Love to get them. I will try to answer them if I can. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, click on that subscribe button. And check back here at Divinely Designed for more paper crafting, card making, soap making, bath and beauty kinds of videos, okay? Thanks everyone, and I will talk to you all later.